Welcome to this week's Powerhouse.
Coming up on this week's show, we've got all this.
In this week's Finger Buffet of automotive snacks, John Walsh will be serving up Dave Greenwood with a speedy Skoda that'll leave more than just a bad taste in your mouth. I'll be getting my teeth into a well-done Mondeo that'll eat any of its stablemates for breakfast, lunch and dinner. All this topped off with the cream of modified RS turbos. Bon appetit.
What do you call a skip with four wheels? A Skoda, or in this case, a Skoda Felicia. Let's face it, everybody's taking the mickey, we all know the jokes, we all know everything about them. But do we? The Czech firm were bought out just recently by Volkswagen. The Germans came along and said, we will build it this way and it will be great. And since then, build quality has got a lot better. And somebody's modified one. I never thought I'd see it, but amazingly they've done it. Basically, this now is a Mark 1 Golf platform that somebody's built up Skoda from. Let's just have a quick look in the back. That's the first place to have a look from. Look at that for build quality. That is fantastic. Complete professional job. It's people being paid lots of money to do that. Your spare wheel's still under there as well. You've got two little straps, pull them up. Believe everything folds down so you can get to it, which is a nice little trick bit, I think. Huge exhaust at the back, which runs straight through to the huge engine that's in the front, which I'll come to in a minute. Huge alloy wheels on there. We've got grooved and cross-drilled discs under there, which are big as well. Inside, they've tarted it up quite a bit as well. We've got nice Recaro seats in there. We've got a nice little steering wheel, colour-coded dials up the front as well. A nice gear stick and gator in there as well. It looks very nice, but I just don't think this car's for me. As we come round the front, it's still very, still very nice and standard to a point, until we do this. Finally, somebody's decided to do something decent with it. It's got a V6 engine in it, which is chipped. It's got the air filter, like I said, the straight-through exhaust all to the back. This runs roughly around 210 brake horsepower, which really is a bit far too much for this. I believe the torque steer is unbelievable. It drags you all over the road. For me, it's not my kind of car. No matter what they do to it, I couldn't have one. For me, it's still like taking a turnip, taking the top off, spooning it out and shoving some caviar in there for that engine. The guy that brought it up today told me how it drives, and he's over here. His name's John Walsh. John, how are you doing?
Oh,
nice to see you. Now, John, you said it's a difficult car to drive. Go on, elaborate for me.
It's definitely interesting, yeah. Yeah, I mean, the Skoda was never made really to have that sort of engine in it and that sort of power, but it's been put in, and it's okay in a straight line.
In a straight line?
It rocks.
There's no cornering power in that. I mean, the track wasn't really built for that sort of power, was it?
No, I mean, I can imagine if they went further, spent a bit more cash, modified the track, made it a bit wider, it might sit on the road a lot better. But, yeah, it's okay. It's a good handful.
What sort of reaction have you had to the car? I mean, you've been driving it for a couple of days now, haven't you?
Yeah, it's varied. You know, people sit there and you get into it at the petrol station. It's a yellow Skoda, of course they're going to chuckle, you know. But then, next thing you know, you start it up, the V6 starts popping away, you pull off, you're spinning the wheels in first, second and third. They haven't got a clue.
No.
Is this the only Skoda with a V6 in it?
It's the only one at the moment, we believe.
Do you think they'll be doing a few more of them?
It's possible.
How much does a conversion like that cost, do they say?
It depends really on how much you want to spend on. You know, you can take it a lot further, like I say, and modify the geometry, or you can do it a lot less. A couple of grand should see it easily in there. Now,
you work for quite a large magazine, don't you? I mean, if nobody knows, John, you should do. Where have you been bloody living for the past few years?
That's it.
He's been, Max Power to name one. You now work for Hadland. I mean, there's lots of other magazines out there, Fast Car and things like that you'll all have read. What's it like doing motoring journalism, being a motoring hack?
Oh yeah, it's a dream job. It's really easy, and I wouldn't get out of bed for anything less than 10 grand a day.
That's the same as us.
Absolutely. No, it's you know, horses for courses. I mean, you get the nice jobs. You get to drive cars like this, which are well cool. But at the end of the day, you know, you do have the long hours as well. If you've got a photo shoot to do in a day and it's got to be in Scotland, that means a 2 o'clock set off.
Yeah.
In the morning. Go there, get there for 9, do the shoot, drive back. You're lucky if you get to bed for 1 o'clock, you know.
long hours. You were up late last night as well, weren't you?
Yeah, we finished off shooting this in Bristol about 12:30, 1 o'clock. So.
What's that like? Do you do a lot of indoor shoots? Because I mean, the weather must play a big part in that.
Yeah, it's difficult. It's difficult. I mean, it depends on what the car is and where it's going to be and who we go and see. Indoor, outdoor, depends on what's going to happen. But normally we can sort it out beforehand before we go to shoot.
How do you get the cars in the first place? People.
Various ways, same as you guys almost. Go to the shows, see the people, meet the people, have a look at the cars. And even if you're just driving down the road and you go past someone, like you're always going past someone.
That's it.
And like you like it, you go back, have a look, pull them over. There's your details, feature it in the mag, sorted.
Well, there's another story, pulling people over. I've got one to tell you, but we'll leave that for another day, I think.
When you borrow these cars, have you ever had a bad bang in anything, or have you heard of anything?
Touch wood, I haven't had anything yet. I could tell you a few stories.
Yeah. Go on then.
I don't know. Might not be a good idea just at the moment.
All right, you can tell us later then when we have a brew.
Oh yeah, we'll have a brew and we'll
We'll tell you later.
Oh yeah.
There must be a lot of rivalry between the magazines.
No, there isn't, mate. On the outside, to the readers, it looks like it's really, hectic and we all hate each other and, we all call them Fart Car Magazine and stuff like that. But, it's cool. It is honest. And,
It's not what you said earlier.
But I mean, even when you go and do a job and like you go to Doncaster, guaranteed all the Max lads will be there, all the Fat Car boys will be there, Redline will be there. We'll go out, we'll raid Doncaster, we'll have a few beers.
Well, a lot of you used to work together, didn't you?
Yeah, it's a very incestuous industry, People move about a bit,
Is it kind of like you get sort of the same car for each magazine, so you can't really have that, can you? I mean,
well, it's difficult, and it just depends on how honest the guy who's supplying the car is. I mean, some of them want to get the car seen. They spent thousands on a car. They want to see decent results, and for that means getting in as many magazines as possible. Yeah. So they'll say to one magazine, "Oh, it's not been featured anywhere," but you pick up on the shelves all the magazines, and it's in Redline, Fast Car, and Max Power on the same issue, which is like, it's no good for anyone really. Yeah. At the end of the day, we're just trying to sell magazines.
How did you get started in the industry? I mean, I remember a very old feature where you were on with your Nova.
Oh yeah.
And there was another guy on with his, and he was dressed as Bond, and you were in your race suit. I remember that before you started writing.
That's when I had short hair as well.
That's right.
That's when I had a lot more at the top as well.
It's the stress of the job, that.
Tell me about it. I'm going grey down the bottom. No, it was. I had a fairly decent job. I used to design houses and stuff like that. Sensible job, Yeah. And then I spent money on cars. Had it featured in Max Power. Kept in touch, and they said, "Oh, there's a job going. Are you interested?" So I applied for it, and next thing you know, I'm here.
So did you write beforehand? Or?
No. I mean, the only writing I had done was like, building drawings and building regs and stuff like that, So, specking up patios isn't quite the same as specking up a V6 or something.
Well, no, I can imagine.
What cars you got at the moment then, John? What's your own baby?
Well, I've still got, the Nova.
The
Nova's still in existence.
Which is more race spec now, from what I believe.
Yeah, it's been stripped out a bit more to be revealed at a circuit near you quite soon.
We want to see it first, John.
Oh, we'll bring it down next week, or, we'll see what happens.
You'll tell me anything.
But apart from that, I've just brought a Golf in. I brought it a couple of months ago, and that's a Golf Rally S going quite well.
What are you going to do with it? You got any plans for it?
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty much, it's just in the body shop now. I'll pick it up tomorrow. Interior-wise, it's fairly standard. Corrado rear seats have been put in.
Wasn't really much to do inside there, though, was it?
No.
Electric, Recaro.
Yeah, it's fully spec'd up from the factory, but luckily I've got a full Alpine sat-nav in it. CD player, video CD player.
Nice.
It's okay.
That's sweet.
It rocks.
Can you bring that on for our next series, John, when we've got it sorted out?
Yeah,
Listen,
right.
John, that was brilliant. Thanks very much for coming on. It's been really nice to meet you.
Thanks very much, John.
Easy geezer.
Cheers.
I drove a Ford Mondeo the other day, and I've got to say I was pleasantly surprised with it as a car. It was quite fast, but this one is a monster. And Martin Hadland's brought it along to show us today. Martin, can you give us a brief synopsis of this car?
Right, well, where do we begin?
Well, let's start at the back here, because it's obviously a completely different colour to any Mondeo I've ever seen before.
Yes, it's a Volkswagen colour. It's called Pistazi, something that sticks out, so it gets noticed.
It does, yeah. And you've got a decent spoiler on the back there.
Yeah, it's actually a Ford RS part. It's an aftermarket kit that they make for the Mondeo.
Right.
So it's quite run-of-the-mill, really.
And the exhaust down there, obviously, that's... is that
3-inch straight-through system, yeah, stainless all the way through.
Lovely. And if we move along the car here, these wheels are just massive.
Yeah, 8.5 by 18 rondelles with 235 tyres on them.
Yeah, and the discs are pretty big as well, aren't they?
The discs are actually standard Cosworth rear discs, grooved with uprated pads.
Yeah, and the C word will feature again shortly, won't it? Because this car's got a very special feature as well. If we move our way down here, the interior is quite nice as well. You've been busy in here.
Yeah, it's Mondeo gear inside with leather, with Recaros added.
A few gauges down there.
Yeah, to tell us what's happening in the engine compartment.
That's it, yeah. And if we do get to the engine compartment here, it looks a little bit different in here to any other Mondeo I've seen, to be honest with you.
Yeah, apart from the engine is the other way around to a normal one. They're transverse normally. This is north-south. It's 4-wheel drive.
Yep. And it's a
Cosworth engine, yeah.
Beauty. So this is quite a powerful car at the end of the day, from what you've been telling me.
The right side of 500 horsepower.
And it's, like we said, it's 4-wheel drive.
It is, yeah, so you can put the traction down.
Yeah, and it's safe to say it goes like a rocket, yeah?
Yeah, very, very quick.
So you've done some work at the front here as well. We noticed that it's got kind of a cosy look to it. You've got the bonnet vents there and the front spoilers and everything.
Yeah, it's more functional than looks. We was getting problems with getting air, because the car's a slippery shape, getting air into the car and air out, so we had to make room to, for it to get in and get out.
And how long has it taken you to get this project sorted out, kind of finish it off?
Well, a project is never normally finished, but to get it to this stage, it took me about 2 years.
2 years. Mm-hmm. And what made you go for the Mondeo? I mean, they don't actually do a Cosworth, do they? Was that the inspiration for it?
That's the whole point, yeah.
Right.
Ford, it's the car that Ford sort of really produced and never got round to doing, so
right.
Here it is.
Well, Greenwood's gagging to ask you a few questions as well about this monster, so why don't you come and have a seat on here, Martin, as well?
Thank you.
Hi Martin, nice to see you.
Hello.
Martin, did you start with an actual Mondeo? I mean, did you go out and buy a 1.8 and then decide to do it? Or?
No, because it wouldn't have been cost effective. We went and bought a Mondeo body shell and started cutting and hacking at that.
Right, so, I mean, what is sort of Mondeo on it, apart from the body shell?
Mechanically, just the reservoir for the radiator.
That's it?
That is it, not one other nut or bolt.
So how have you built it? Did you have like a sapphire platform that you built on, or...?
No, everything is fabricated, transmission tunnel, pickups for the suspension. There's not one part that's taken out of another car, apart from the strut tops out of a Sierra Sapphire.
Martin, how fast does this car actually go?
Officially, we've had it timed at Bruntingthorpe and we got 182 miles an hour. I have been faster in the car.
Really?
On a private road, of course.
Of course.
Without a doubt.
That's very impressive.
What's next for this car? I mean, are you happy with it, with the way it is? I mean, I'd be more than happy with it,
yeah,
the way it is.
We'd like to find out exactly how fast the car will go, top speed, really. That's the next move.
sort of move on the
We've
cars.
had a bit of a problem with detonation on the car due to bad fuel supply from the tank, so having a new tank fabricated. And fingers crossed, we should get near the 200 mile an hour out of it.
I'd like to see that.
So would I.
I would like to drive it to do that as well.
Perhaps you can.
Maybe one day.
What's its nuts to 60 time, would you say?
Well, we took it to Bruntingthorpe to have it tested 0 to 60, and it broke a drive shaft and then broke a gearbox. So previous cars that I've owned with the same spec engine, in fact my Escort Cosworth that I've got, does 0 to 60 in 3.6. That's with another passenger, full tank of fuel, and all the time and equipment on board.
That's reasonable. Mm-hmm. That's very nice.
Keep you going.
Yeah. Well,
Martin, thank you very much for bringing the car along.
Thank you.
I really do like it.
I love it.
I think they should have done one to begin with. I don't think they should have
really,
left it to you. But thanks very much for doing it and bringing it along. Cheers, Martin.
thanks a lot, Martin.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Once again, another first half done, but come back in part 2 for another part of the Powerhouse.
Escorts. Everyone's been in one. Lots of people have owned them. This one belongs to us. Oz, how are you?
Hello, mate. How you doing?
It's done a few minor modifications on this car of the body, but the main bulk of the good stuff is under the bonnet. Oz, to start with here, it's pretty much a standard RS.
Yeah, it's basically looks all standard, but it's just under the engine, like you say, it's totally unique.
But there is, that's not a RS back wiper.
No, that's a Clio 16 valve back wiper modified.
And I don't think that's a standard exhaust on there either.
No, it's slightly modified.
And these wheels, I've never seen anything like these before.
Yeah, they're Oz Volcanoes. They're like exclusive. They come out about 3 weeks ago. I like the wheels, and I see the name, and I thought it's the same as my name, so I'll buy them.
Nice one. This is where it all goes down. Tell us about this, Oz, because I couldn't get my head around it, what you said before.
Well, basically what it is a 1600 modified bottom end. It's running steel cranks, steel rods. It can rev to 8,500 RPMs. It's got Cosworth management system. It's running green injectors, 3-bar map sensor. It's got a big oil separator tank now.
Yeah, because there is something missing there, and it's a battery.
Yeah, well, that's in the boot.
Right. So what's the oil separator do then? How's that?
Basically, it's just like a stop all the pipes expanding, etc. It just makes the engine breathe much better, and it's just like totally different.
Right. Well, so this is basically a conglomerate of 2 engines then. This one.
Yep, 2 engines and 2 management systems.
Brilliant. And what kind of brake horsepower is it running on?
Let's just say it's over the 250 mark, possibly over the 300, but...
Yeah. And could it go any higher if you wanted it to?
It can do, depends on what kind of boost you're running. On this one, we're running 28 pound of boost.
Yeah?
Yeah, but it can run a bit more.
So what's it go like then?
Oh, it's frightening.
Is it?
Front-wheel drive, yeah.
Yeah?
I mean, we used to race them like years ago. That's where I got the idea from, and we just put it into a road car.
So would it be fair to say then that this is unique?
It's totally unique, it's totally different. Me and a friend called Paul Dyer started the conversion off years ago. Now what you see is quite a few engine tuners copying the ideas. Not saying we was the first, but surely we was the first ones, because if you go back in the magazines, you would see us, 92, 90s, we had the first Escorts with the Cosworth management systems.
Nice, and it eats Cosies for breakfast, does it?
The 320 brake horsepower Cosworths, it gives them a fright.
What about as far as suspension, body roll?
The suspension, we've got 2 1/4 coilovers, all adjustable AVO suspension. All the front bushes are polyurethane. The rears, I'm getting bigger disc conversions on the rear, plus the fronts as well.
Is that essential for a car of this kind of power then? Because it's quite a lightweight car.
So it's a lightweight car, but if you know how to handle a vehicle, brakes ain't important. You go through the gears.
How much does it cost to get for someone with an RS to get a conversion like that on their engine?
You're looking in the region of about £8,500.
Really?
Yeah.
That is rather expensive, but
it's a toy though. I mean, my other car's a Cosworth, and that's a Sapphire Ford Motorsport one. But we're going to that in late date. But this is like just for the fun for road.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is this your day-to-day kind of car? This one?
Every day, just use it every day. Start it up, go to work, come back, park it up. Do loads of things with it. It's just a fun toy car.
Well, thanks a lot for bringing it on.
No problem.
It's a machine. I like it.
Thanks a lot.
Thanks very much. Cheers.
Now we've got another RS Turbo for you to look at. Ozzy's was very nice, but this is Neil. Hello Neil, nice to see you. And this is Neil's RS Turbo. Now, first of all, we'll start with the engine. What have you done in here?
Well, basically, it started out as a bog standard XR3i. It's an RS Turbo conversion and modified a bit as well.
Right, so you say you've modified it. What do you mean you've modified it? Bigger turbo?
Well, no, it's got a stage 1 chip on it, which is a 195 chip. Modified breather system to help it breathe a lot better. Mechanical and air filter, and a dump valve, and a 3-inch stainless exhaust.
Now you're saying something about a swirl pot just before to me when we were talking.
Yeah, that's this here. It's for the water system to help it bleed up and run more efficient.
So what do you mean it makes it run more efficient?
If it sort of locks itself, it bleeds through and bleeds the air out of it.
Right, so it's like pulling the air out for you.
Yeah, it just makes it run more efficient, really.
Excellent. So what sort of power are you getting out of this?
It's around 200 brake horse, Mark, just over 200 brake horse.
That's rather nice for an Escort, isn't it,
Yeah,
really?
Yeah,
Almost getting up there with us. If we move down the car, I mean, there's lots of little touches on this that we can talk about. First of all, the single wiper on the front, which personally I don't think really does much. I mean, do you like it? Is it just a cosmetic thing?
It doesn't really do anything different.
It doesn't really get rid of the rain, does it, really?
No.
I mean, you've got some lovely alloys on here, black alloys with the blue car. I mean, it sets the car off nicely.
Yeah.
But I mean, you don't see many cars with black alloys. Where have you picked them up from?
Well, there's from a place in Manchester. There was a limited run that they made of them in black. There's only 400 sets made.
400 sets of arrows made. There we go. Now on the interior, quite standard with a few little tweaks in there. I mean, I noticed the roll cage. Is that actually holding the entire shell together, or?
Well, it was for looks more than anything, but it does make a bit of difference stiffening it up, stiffening the shell up.
So, I mean, does it hold the back a bit more taut, stop it?
Yeah, it goes better around roundabouts and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So
on private roads, of course.
Yeah.
We've got a nice little steering wheel in there, which is another of the snap-off ones, isn't it?
Release, yeah.
And some nice chroming inside as well. Now, I mean, the big thing that you're happy with is the exterior of the car, isn't it? I mean, it's a great kit on it. Now, the final thing that I just want to mention is the big exhaust pipe on the back. I mean, you were telling me before that it's a straight-through exhaust, but that looks very familiar to me.
Yeah, it's got a Cosworth back box.
So is that actually helpful to the car?
Well, it's just for looks through the bumper more than anything. Because I had to adjust the tailpipe because it wouldn't fit through, so I got a Cosworth Escort one fitted. That's it, yeah. It
looks great. It does really look great. Now, I've got to pick one thing up that everybody notices as you drive towards them, I'm sure they do. The little CD on your fan. I mean, what's that there for?
It's just a gimmick, really.
Does it actually spin with the fan itself?
Yeah, it changes, goes all mad colours, and you know, it spins around.
So a bit of fun with Tom Jones then?
Yeah.
Neil, thanks very much for bringing the car along. It is a fabulous machine and the body kit really sets it off. Thanks for coming.
Okay, cheers.
I've been asked to come here and explain to you the difference between superchargers and turbochargers. Yes, back in the early days of motoring, they came up with this supercharger, powered by a belt from the engine. You see, belt, turny, turns a little rotor, which sucks in air, and blows it back into the engine, increasing the air-fuel mix and creating more power. Problem is, at higher rev range, you're draining power from the engine, so they came up with this, the turbocharger, this time powered by exhaust gases. Exhaust gases go from the manifold through this little rotor, spinny, sucking in air and blowing it back into the engine for more power. Problem is, of course, that at low revs, you don't get much exhaust gases and therefore you get lag. And then suddenly it will start spinning and you get a whoosh of power and you shit yourselves, don't you, children? Hey? Well, that's all for me today, so I'll see you next week. Bye, children.
That's all we could cram into this week's show, but next week we've got all this coming up. Till then, see ya.
See ya.
On next week's show, see what happened when everybody jumped on my chopper and I took them all the way to the Doncaster show.